Today I'm here to give my technical presentation which is on e-paper technology. This is the overview of the e-paper technology. It consists of the topics are introduction, what is e-paper, construction of e-paper, working, properties, advantages, disadvantages, applications and conclusion. Coming to introduction, first of all, what is e-paper means? E-paper, the full form of e-paper is electronic paper and also called as electronic ink display. This is developed by Nicholas K. Sheridan at Xerox Parlor Center, Research Center, and in 1974 year. It is flexible, it is a display unit. To build this e-paper, many technologies exist. They are plastic substrate which is used to make display flexible. E-paper have wide viewing angle. A digital pen is also used to create it. Coming to what is e-paper, as I said in the introduction, e-paper is an electronic ink display unit. It reflects light like ordinary paper. Like ordinary paper, it will reflect light. And it is portable, reusable storage and display medium that look like paper but can be repeatedly 1000 of times. Compared to paper, it is similar, but whereas where it has a chance of repeatedly 1000 of times, where it can in paper the change is not there. So it is capable of holding text and images, and it has a wider viewer angle. It is flexible while using plastic materials and electronics, and it can read directly from sunlight without fading images. These mimic the changes of the ordinary paper and appear like clarity. This is something about the e-paper, and it has very low power consumption and lightweight and durable. It is more comfortable to read than conventional display. This is the picture of the e-paper. It is about the green color. And coming to the construction of e-paper, the construction of e-paper mainly exists in two parts. They are front plane and back plane. The front plane consists of e-link and the back plane consists of electronic circuits. The front plane is not much important as the back plane, whereas back plane it is much important. Actually, to form an e-ink electronic display, the ink is printed onto a plastic film that is laminated to a layer of circuitry. Coming to the front plane consists of e-ink. E contains many of microcapsules, and each microcapsules of diameter exists in 100 microns. Each microcapsule contains positively charged white particles and negatively charged black particles suspended in a clear fluid. This is the diagram of the front plane. This is the positively charged white pigment chip. This is the negatively charged black pigment chips. This is the light state. This is the dark state. And top is the top transparent electrode. This is of the negative charge and this is positive charge. In middle it is a clear fluid. This is the bottom electrode. This is the top transparent electrode. And coming to the back plane, as I said, back plane is more important than front plane because it is used to formulate an image of the e-paper, whereas front plane can't do it. The back plane controls each pixel or segments to formulate the image on the e-paper, and it provides appropriate voltage to control each pixel or segment of the backplane, as we see in the next slide. This is the backplane layout picture. These are the spheres. Each paper illustrates these spheres contains fluid which is suspended in a fluid so that we can visibly see white or black particles which is able to contain the pigments, which is showing the pigments. And this is the rubber stamped plastic circuit for electronic paper. This illustrates high resolution of the paper and it is also known as micro contact printing. These patterns the elements matrix which can display the electronic paper visibly. This is the main part played in the e-paper technology. This is the rubber stamp and this is the paper which is of micro printing. Coming to working, the first e-paper is developed part is known as Dicon. The first icon e-ink developed in 1974 by Nick Sheridan at Xerox. This is the first developed e-paper technology, and it is based on a thin sheet of flexible plastic containing a layer of tiny plastic beds, each encapsulated in oil, and it rotates freely. Each bed contains opposite electronic charge and opposite colors, different electronic colors, and electric field is applied. The beds are rotated. When electric field is applied to both white and black particles, they will rotate and create two colored patterns. Each method has some limitations. They are low brightness and resolution, and lack of color. Due to this, it has low brightness and resolution, and there is lack of color. So due to this, they improve properties and developed an electrophoretic. Other form of e-ink improve properties compared to glycol is electrophoretic. We will see. Coming to electrophoretic. Electrophoretic plays a major role in front plane. So electrophoretic front plane consists of millions of microcapsules. Each microcapsule is in diameter of 1000 microns. Each microcapsule is filled with a clear fluid. As you seen in the last diagram, it is the middle part of the black particles and white particles is the clear fluid containing positively charged white particles and black particles, which is negatively charged. This is the basic scheme of an electronic display. These are the positive electrodes, these are the negative electrodes. In the middle of it, clear fluid happens. This basic scheme of an electronic display is used to view clearly and is comfortable to read and viewing angle for making electronic displays. These can be used in e-paper readers, which work on the comfortable angles viewing. And coming to the how electronic ink works. Basically, this form of e-paper is created by sandwiching millions of tiny plastic shells between two sheets of flexible plastic. This e-paper is very tiny, so this is made up of sandwiching millions of tiny plastic shells. Each well contains both white and black particles suspended within a clear fluid. So when it comes to the diagram, so black white particles in a shell is compulsory in between clear fluid. In this way, the face-up side of each well can be said to appear either as black or white as seen through the top layer of clear plastic. The key to this technology is they are, they are individually separated. When voltage is applied through circuitry, they are separated so that they will separate in between a clear fluid. This is the main part of this. In coming to the properties, the e-paper is very ultra thin, as I said in the last time, and flexible energy cell, and it is almost any shape, can be made into any shape and can be integrated in any surface, and eliminates the cost of the battery, weight and volume of the battery holder. This eliminates cost of battery, and very low. It is of very low cost and simple to produce. It is environmentally friendly. In any environment, it can be used. E-paper is used. And non-caustic, no possibility of explosion, burns or overheating. It can burn, it can overheating. Coming to advantages, it is paper-like readability. Like paper, we can read e-paper also, and it is full of clarity. Ultra low power consumption. It has very low power consumption and reduced eye strain. For example, there is a sight people like they have which people have sight, they can read this very simply. And mobile display solution, hypertext, multimedia information. Any media is also used this. Inexpensive. There is of no cost and low cost. Include graphics, text, images, all things included, and it is reliable, reusable, uh, and printed does not shed printed words. Coming to disadvantages, it is of very low switching speed and slow response to change. It has very slow response. This is the main advantage of this. And electrochemical complexity, too slow for video. Problems will occur in extreme temperatures and humidity. Coming to application, these are the main applications: electronic book, mobile display, electronic newspaper, computer monitor, and we can use it in watches, gadgets, and etc. Coming to conclusion, researchers found that in just few years, this technology can replace in many situations, leading us to think truly paperless world. We can think truly paperless world by using this e-technology, e-paper technology. Finally, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity.
Something very interesting, sir.
Very, very, very interesting. I'm surprised. Anika came out with such a wonderful thing.
Nishita, sir.
Rishita, sorry. For the first, so how do we go forward? Can we start it in some way? I mean, I thought this was just paper she was talking about. E-paper was just this thing, but then never heard of.
I've started to build it. Now it is being used actually in many cases. Even some of our mobile phones, the updated mobile phones, which with a budget of more than at least 20-30K, they have this e-paper technology in it. The new Moto Razr that came out a few months back, which was actually a foldable mobile, it had the e-paper technology in it. They used it. So what happens? The gap between the paper thing becomes reduced, and in case of mobile displays, what happens? The display quantity requires some more parameters in it, right? There is a LED display bar. There is a overall MCU unit which controls the whole system. So these things made it thicker, and that is the reason in mobile displays you don't find it that much of a thing. But the example that Rishita gave of 100 GSM papers, 100 microns, right? Now technically it's 100 GSM. If you compare it with our papers, it's a bit more than 100 GSM. It's almost like 120, 130 GSM paper. The visiting cards that we use, right? The short visiting card, the plastic visiting cards that we get for people, 100 microns. It's something like that, and it's something not widely used in India, to be very honest enough, sir. They are being planted here and there. This
So
website.
is it only for electronic use or it's for commercial use also? Not for
So
people like.
so you can use it. Is being basically currently used by high-tech companies, right? NASA and other space agencies are currently using it to transmit data,
Yes.
the data which does not get deleted. Right. In case of paper, what happens? Color fades away. But in e-paper, the biggest advantage is the paper will stay as it is for age. Right. You might have to pay 10,000 bucks for 500 sheets.
Okay,
Lower
so
pricing.
it's a physical thing, is it?
It's a sheet of paper, sir.
Oh.
You can print from your printer on it. Your printer has to be digital ink provider.
You
Your
mean
printer should have
each sheet costs 200 rupees?
almost more than that actually.
At least we can buy few and keep it.
But we can't print on it, sir. We will have to buy e-ink also and a e-ink printer also.
Oh, it's a separate printer.
Yeah. This is a tech. This is a separate tech. We used to use lumber to make paper. Now we are using plastic and digital text to make paper.
I'm hearing for it for the first time. I don't know. I'm so backward in technology. I'm surprised. I thought she was talking about some paper only, but then later as I went through her presentation, I got to understand something else. It's something which I've never seen also. Never heard of also. How many of you had heard about it earlier? I'm sure all of you, all techies.
Excuse me, sir. I choose this topic to know what is about e-paper technology to the people.
You wanted everyone to be aware of it, right?
Yes, sir.
How did you get the idea of e-paper, by the way? Did you do any research or
Sir,
any college project? Because I heard it. I don't know.
Some research I did, and Ruchita give me suggestion, sir. Given me suggestion.
I was going through a few years back. I was going through SpaceX, SpaceX research papers, and there I found that what tech do they use? Because I was juggling through my printer. My printer used to print, and my prints used to wave off. It's a very normal problem everyone has. I used to buy cheap paper at that time, so 65 JSON paper, and it used to wave off. The inks used to wave off, and I was looking for a better solution. Then I tried to buy HP का paper. बोलता है बहुत कुछ, but they don't keep their promise. So then I realized, yeah, ठीक है, let's do some research. Then I realized, okay, these high tech companies, well, how did they do it? Okay, they keep it on e-paper. They literally print on plastic, but it is a reusable plastic. So, like in case of paper,
Let's have more questions and let's have more ideas. But I want to add one thing before I forget. I'm really proud of the type of topics that are coming up. And I was going through the YouTube also channel of InfoView, and all these videos are being uploaded there. Very nice work that I think this part that Pranjal has started about our tech view, it's actually taking off very nicely. And as we have more people adding in, I'm sure we're going to keep learning, keep adding to our knowledge. Wonderful knowledge coming up. It's a pity that the others are not here. I mean, only the techies are here. This is something which everyone has to finally learn. So what we are talking about, people who are going to use it after 10 years, 5 years, 2 years. How much does the printer cost? My last question, Rishika, as of now.
Sir, what?
How much would a printer cost? The e-paper printer?
Only two companies make it, sir, at this point of time, Xerox and Epson. The lowest cost printer of Xerox is 2.5 lakhs, 2.38. Yes, yes.
2 to 3.
Do you think there's a market for that? There's a business for that? We can have a commercial printer, and we can commercially make this available. Is there a market there? What do you think?
About this, that is the first problem. वो तो ठीक है, वो तो फिर भी will take over. If we can produce the paper on large scale, then the costing will come down. China bring down the costing to 10 rupees per sheet. That is how China is, right? So they did that. So
let's have some more interesting questions on this. Mr. Gopal wants to ask something. Mr. Rachwali Gopal.
You have your hands up for a long time. Sorry, sir, I missed you.
No, the hand is up for the by mistake actually.
Oh, okay. Otherwise, we thought that if you keep your hand up, it will be paining also. That's it. So this is also e-hand, no? We can call it the e-hand now. So we have e-paper and e-hand. Yes, let's have some questions. Doesn't matter. Let's have some questions. I want you to see, the idea is not about, this part doesn't go into recording, first thing. Even if it is recorded, it will be pruned off. Second thing is, when you ask questions, it builds up your confidence. So don't worry about, this is your platform. Here you're asking as if you're asking your friends, your family members. Don't worry about asking, because I take an initiative without even understanding. I ask questions because I want to really appreciate, I really understand, I want to learn these things, whatever little bit I can learn. But I found this also, I was actually worried, she's going to talk about paper. I think we all know about paper. That's what I thought. And then I was thoroughly cooled. So great. Yeah, let's have one or two questions and we'll move on to Arika.
Okay, Rishita, I have a question. Can we print videos on it?
Excellent question and excellent technology. Videos can be printed on that. Oh my God.
Since it's a technical paper, we can actually have Harry Potter's newspaper printed somewhere, some days.
But once we printed...
So what will be the quality of the image or the video? Will it be up to the 7? So we can get a HD image in that?
Well, at this point of time, the technology is very primitive.
Very important question. Very interesting.
Birthday videos print
Ravi Teja has got a very nice question, because I was about to ask that. Why do we need it if you have digital paper? I mean, digital print is there. Why do we need this? Or can it replace the bond papers also? It can replace the registration deeds and all those things. I think that is where it is useful.
Yes. Basically, what happens, the necessity. See, Ravi Teja, there is a huge necessity of this paper. If you think of it this way, just imagine a paper will ultimately, it has a chance to burn out. It is made of polyester, polymer made fiber. What happens in case of e-paper, the system, the tech will not be burned out fully. And even if it does, there are micro conducers. I don't have anything here to show you the thing. There are small micro conducers in the whole sheet of paper. And what happens, even if let's say 50% of the paper is burnt out, you will still have the data left in the paper, which in normal cases of paper, you will have to go through a lot of carbon printing, and other stuff. We see in CIDs, right? They take that trash out, that chota sa burnt out sheet, they put it in some machineries, they remake it, and ultimately they get the picture out. But in case of e-paper, it will not be the case. If you just have at least 1% or 0.1% of the paper also left, you can actually get the whole data back. In case of bond papers, everything, yeah, I'm coming to that. So in case of bond papers and everything, we don't have it. If it get burned out, then we don't have it back. Yeah, no need to print. We can, yeah, that is also a way we are doing it. Everything is becoming digital now. Okay, but there is a glitch in the digital system. More the cloud systems prevail, right? Just think of it this way: digital systems are also some way connected to your internet, right? So somehow, if you get disconnected, okay, and you are not in touch with the internet, then how do you expect to recheck the data? Let's say you have your ID card. I have my Aadhaar card with me, right? It's handy with me. Let's say I move it. I somehow I make it digital. It's there, right? Digital e-Aadhaar is already there. And let's say I'm not connected to it. A few days back only it happened. I was out in the roads and I had to go to the bank, and I didn't have my ID card. I didn't actually. Literally, I was not carrying my wallet. I thought the phone se dikha denge. When I opened my phone, I just tried to show that person this is my ID card. The internet was not working. But just imagine, the internet was not working. Okay. Even if I download the phone can go missing. So there are all sorts of negative and positive things. But in shorter terms, e-paper can basically be guided as the most eco-friendly system or eco-friendly paper that can be available at this point of time, which will not harm the nature in any. And just e-papers, what this company Xerox was trying to do a few years back, e-papers, they are trying to build it from waste plastic, right? The polythenes that we throw out, they are buying it on bulk rates, and they are trying to rebuild the e-paper from this waste plastic. So in a way, it is trying to be. Okay, any more questions, guys? Chayan, Shruti, Shubham, Pranjal.
Yeah, I want to ask, why do we need e-paper? In fact, if you want to, see the news, for example, daily news, early morning you wake up, you wash your mouth and, have a cup of tea and you want to see the latest news. You can see in the mobile. I mean, in the smartphone, you'll get all the news, everything. You can switch on the TV and then you have the news. And suppose you open your laptop or something, you get news. So news is everywhere. You don't even need to read the newspaper or the e-paper. Is out of. I mean, it is not practical in nowadays.
Basically, what happens in case of e-paper, it's not just about the news. I told you. Let's say you're sending some tech off the ground, maybe to the space. Okay, you can't send the news to send the data from the ground point to a satellite outside. It takes huge millions of dollars every minute. So that cost cutting is there. And at the same point of time, Rajni, sir, what happens in case of paper? Basically, this e-paper has a tag where you can rewrite on it, right? This is the main advantage of it. What happens? It is so low in power consumption that there are some they are trying to build. There are some panels on which if you keep the paper, then what happens? The data gets printed on it. And every day you are reading the news and somehow your phone's battery runs out and you are left without any electricity. How will you turn on the best option you have in that case is a paper, right?
So that normally if the battery runs down, electricity goes out. Those are all worst case scenarios.
Worst case scenario. But see, the main objective of e-paper was not to print news. This is where we are getting it wrong. Okay, the main objective was to make data stay on paper forever. The problem that we were facing.
Maybe right? this could be useful for transfer of land or land deeds or properties.
Exactly. Some data which has to be retained for ages. Right? Now we can have
a library publishing books like actual books. For example, publishing medical books, actual textbooks or something, which can be stored in library for a long time. long time.
Yeah. So those
Some
things.
manuscript like that.
Literally speaking, today also I love reading books. I have so much of information in internet. I love watching Netflix videos and stuff, but still I love reading books. I read them half of the time. Though I have shifted to digital medium also, I am buying Kindle books more often, but still I read them. So books will never be replaced by the internet. At least not until the time one last reader is left. So it's something like that. And papers has its own value. Right? It's a value addition to the whole process.
As Rishita told, there are no batteries in it. So how do they get charged up?
Rishita, you told about the charging part, right? The power storage part.
Yes, low power consumption.
Low power consumption.
It's very low power consumption. But see, the battery, to store a charge, how does a battery store a charge?
No, so she told that there is no battery or battery holder in it. So where does the power get stored?
I'm asking you, how does a battery store power? There are chemicals in it.
Not.
There are chemical components in it, right?
Yes, sir.
Which creates the which creates the electroflux, the electrons, the positive and the negative difference, which actually give the electroflux on the top part and the bottom part is different, which creates a flow inside the channel, and that difference is maintained. And whenever that difference is done, let's say the upper part of the alkali is positive and the lower part is negative, let's say it gets reversed. Whenever you're printing new data on it, okay, what happens? Let's say I am talking to you. I am using my body charge. I am giving out electrons, right? Technically, biological electrons. Now, in case of that also, in case of this paper also, when you're printing on it, you're actually writing charge on it, right? Power charges on it.
Yes, sir.
You're using electronic ink. That is a power charge which it gets. So whenever the power charge runs out, you just need to put it on let's say a microwave or something. Technically, it's not a microwave, which will charge it up and you will get the data back. It's just about maintaining that balance, the small electroflux balance. Until and unless that electroflux balance.
What is the power backup of these papers? And still, how many days can we store in it? Or
Xerox, in 2011, when Xerox first tried to make this thing public, they claimed that it can stay for 10 years. To be precise, 3,500 days. It's not 10 years, I know, but it's closer to 10 years. Let's not go to the point factor. 10 years of retention.
Let's move on to Arika.